What's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video. For this, we're going over some of the early patch notes for 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross for Chapter 7, and we're going to be going over Crimson Demon and all the fun things to expect. I will be, of course, going over some of the things that happened on the Japanese version, so you can understand what to expect going forward. And we'll also throw in some what you need to grind out for today, and possibly other days for Crimson Demon. So, guys, without further ado, let's go and jump right into it. Alrighty, guys, so the first thing you need to know is that we're going to have, of course, the patch notes are going to be available later today. If you wanted to join us, we're going to be on Twitch TV. The patch is doing live approximately around 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so if you want to join for that, that'll be fantastic. Right here, you can see the details for Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is going to be unlocked in this patch, and the patch, of course, is going to be starting at 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, as well as go all the way till 12:30 Pacific Daylight Time on 3/31, my birthday. Yay. We are going to have, of course, Chapter 7 unlocked. There's going to be a bottomless desire pickup draw event that is going to be ending. So that means that Coinshop Marlin is leaving the shop. Then there's going to be Great Maid Merlin shop is going to be added to the coin shop in a future update. In addition to that, we're going to have Coinshop Bond going to be added to the coin shop with this update. As we found out about a week ago, there was a lot of controversy on YouTube regarding this that I completely stayed away from, like a smart person. And of course, there's the Holy Night Bundle 1 as well as Holy Night Bundle 2 that are going to be added. And of course, there are going to be more updates tonight, so you'll be able to see them. For the rest of this video, we're going to be going over some cool things that may happen in Chapter 7. So apparently, we're getting Gowther real soon. It's happening. This is happening really soon. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, cat. Yeah, exactly how I feel. I want Gowther to come to the game. I just didn't want him to come back to back with Merlin, because that is like the most pay to win shit ever. The amount of gems that you're gonna have to spend for both Merlin and Gowther together is rough, but since we know that we only have to wait another 2 weeks to get Gowther, it's really not that big a deal. If you don't get him on this banner, by the way, don't fucking freak out, guys. Don't go to infinity with your gems and beyond. Just, you know, be cautious with your gems. If you've already pulled on Merlin and you're gonna pull in Gowther, hopefully you get him, man. Hopefully they're not gonna screw us on raids. We got a photo of the banner, of course. This is the banner with both of them on it. They're gonna be, of course, Great You Are, and this is how they look. They're both amazing units. Galland, of course, is being released here to counter the fuck out of Gowther teams. But if you did want to counter all the Gowther comps this week and you didn't have to put Galland in PvP, you don't actually have to feel bad. There's a lot of good Galland comps, and if you want me to make another video on Galland, just let me know in the comment section down below. Try to do it. I'll have a comment for it. And then, of course, we'll be going over Gowther. If you do want to know more about Gowther, he's the best unit in the game. Unfortunately, we only have 2 weeks to pick up the cosmetics now, so you have even less time to pick up the best cosmetics in the game. So they're really smart about making sure that none of us have any gems, and we have to put money in right away as the game launches. I am not going to say this game is a cash grab in any way, shape, or form, because I love this game and it's fun, but you can kind of get that impression what I'm saying. And of course, like a savage motherfucker, I have found the original Japan patch notes for Chapter 7, just to give you an insight in exactly what could possibly be happening in this update. So, for Chapter 7, which was released on August 29th in Japan, we have new characters released such as Galland. So, you know, the league with Galland and Demon Meliodas. Improving the way we upgrade our characters. Account rank went from 55 to 80, but as you saw in the patch notes, we are not going to rank 70. It's just crossed out, didn't even tell me why. New raid and level cap went to 75, and equipment swap cost was removed. Obviously, all of this is gone on the global version. Fixes an adjustment toward PvP as some random freezes, and they feel bad about the current state of PvP, and they fixed that shit. Chapter 8 also came in September with guild content and guild wars, so you can see we have a lot of new shit on global fire. There's a new Demon Red Ignite Team Demilling most needed. Obviously not, because I'm clearing that shit just fine without Demon Meliodas. And I'm doing it all the time without Demon Meliodas. Then there's a new character, of course, Galland, and we went over him in a previous video. If you didn't see the previous video, check out where to spend your gems in the thing over there. If I'm awesome. Arthur came out. Oh, y'all know what Arthur do at this point. I mean, he bops kids. Okay. Then there was another thing that came out, and this was the biggie. This was the cosmetic set that changed the world. So this is the cosmetic set that changed the world, though. So the first set was for Demon Meliodas, Liz, Deanne, and Nunchuck Bond. The next set, I believe, is for Merlin, Escanor, Gowther? I want to say Gowther. Gowther and King? I don't know. Gotta scroll down. I don't know, guys. I think it got deleted. I think it was deleted. But anyways, if you wanted to buy the cosmetic sets, this is where they did not come down in price yet. All these cosmetic sets were 4,800 yen, which is basically $39.99 US. And it's not 42 anymore, by the way, it's $39.99, so I got that right. And the individual pieces, of course, will come later at 30 gems per piece. I had about 40 questions yesterday on a certain video. Seka, can I buy the individual cosmetic pieces later? Yes, just watch the rest of the video. It is 30 gems a piece. So you guys know about the next update. It was the 100-day Liz banner, which I don't think will be coming out, but then of course chapter 8 and all that bullshit. So we have some weird shit happening in global after this. We don't know what's gonna happen because all the next patch notes are gonna be kind of fucking lame and we don't know where they're gonna be. So I'll see you guys tonight for the patch notes, but for the rest of the video, we're gonna be going over the rest of chapter 7 and some of the fun things there. Alright guys, so now I'm on the Japanese version right now to show you guys how the ears that you're getting from the Crimson Moon are gonna work. Let's see, who is 70? I think Halbrim's 70. Okay, so for any character to be leveled up on the Japanese version, what you're gonna need is all their normal awakening medals, whether they be rare, SSR, whatever. You're also gonna need the color book that the character is for a 6-star book, and you're gonna need 20 of the demon ears. These are Crimson Demon ears that you're actually going to acquire after clearing Crimson Demon. These are the same kind of raid material that you're getting directly from horns for the red demon and wings for the gray demon. Now, this is the last type of evolution material that we've so far needed on the Japanese version to evolve characters to their level. And that means that you're going to need a total of 20 ears to level up a character from 70 to 75, and you're also going to need 20 red demon horns. In addition to that, the ears cosmetic, the ears are also going to be used for getting a character from 75 to 80, which comes at a later update, which will require 30 Crimson Ears as well as 30 Gray Demon Wings, which will of course require again the medals and the books that you require. And because this is all going to be all things that you need, you're going to have to do a lot of raid farming in order to get that done. So lots and lots of raid bosses are in your future, and that's just the long and short of it. In order to get your characters all maxed up, get your 80s and all that stuff, that's really what you got to do in order to get that done. Alright, obviously the Crimson Demon is not on the global version yet, and is going to be coming in Chapter 7. In Chapter 7, we get updates that allow us to fight the Crimson Demon. And in the Crimson Demon, there's going to be another 3-phase fight. In hard, it's going to be 2 phases, but in extreme, it's going to be 3 phases. The first phase, he has a lot of damage abilities and everything like that, but you can't use any attack seals, any debuff seals, none of that crap. And in the first phase, he's going to start off with 1 ultimate gauge. So if you're trying to think about, hey, you know, it's green, but I can still probably get away with blue Slater, nah. This is where blue Slater has become trash right here. You also don't do much less damage with counters, so a green Meliodas is kind of out. You have 30% reduction in counters, so that's also a big problem. And you can see here his stats come out with 253,000 at the first phase, and about 9,000 defense with 15,000 attack. To give you scale, that's way higher than Red Demon, and way higher than Crimson, or way higher than Gray. Second phase, he's about 15,000 attack. In the first phase, he's only getting 2 attacks, but in the second phase, he gets 3 attacks. In the third phase, he gets 3 attacks. But you can see how heavily his HP scales. He goes from 250,000 to 377,000 and finally do 621,000. So what happens in Crimson Demon is you have to basically start ramping the whole effing time. You gotta have your ultimates ready for the last phase and bop bop. Now,
3-star buffs right here are very valuable, and that's why Gowther is a very, very good unit here, because he's able to 3-star buff you through it. Now, what we're going to be doing is probably just going to like cheese damage through it, and we're probably going to be saving our buffs till phase 2, and then full sending it from phase 2 on, and trying to get all in on phase 2. On my end of the, on his end of the team right here, we're rocking a green Jericho with a green Gowther for buff, and we're rocking the red Nunchuck Bond. Now the red Nunchuck Bond, some of you guys have invested in, some of you guys have not, but basically he's another alternate DPS unit that you can use for this fight that is pretty much similar to Demon Meliodas. And the really nice thing about this Bond, he's just very well on the 3rd phase, and he has a passive ability that's going to increase his ultimate gauge every time you get hit. So that means after the first turn, you're going to get at least 2 ultimate gauge. I mean, you're ramping really quick. We're also using, he's using on his end Red Liz to heal on his whole team. And this is actually a really good survival strat. I'm going to be using an alternate strat so you can kind of see how we're going to be taking, I'm going to be taking damage, he's not going to be taking damage, and it's going to be a little tricky. So on my end of things, I'm running a green Jericho, I'm running a red Lizhawk, I'm running a green Merlin, and finally I'm going to be running Kane for damage. And this gives you kind of scale of what to expect for damage. He, I believe, is running attack food, so I guess I'll run attack food too. Obviously, our stats are very wildly disproportionate to what you see on global, but this gives you an idea of what to expect for the scaling and where you need to be. If I'm having trouble with this at my stat values, these teams, this may be more difficult for you. So just realize, again, if at these stat values, if these things are happening to us, just realize these things will happen to you exponentially worse on global. And as you can see, I'm still farming because we gotta farm books today, you know? It's just a book farming day. There's Crimson Demon in all his glory. Man, he's mean looking. Name Jericho Cosmetics. I like how we like pimped our Jerichos out the exact same way. Good on you, Kurumi. Alright, so he's starting things off with a bleed. Now, bleed will work on the Crimson Demon, unlike the Red Demon. I'm going to start this off with a level 2 shield here, and then I'm going to go ahead and just go bam, and then I'm going to just rush my Merlin ulti. Now, because I have Merlin on my side of things, I can actually rush her ulti extremely quickly because I actually got a Merlin card right away, and then I'm able to just bop up quick. Notice the first phase, no ultimate gauge. Second phase will have ultimate gauge, so you can actually stay in the first phase as long as you want, as long as you don't die. Green Liz is also a good character here because you can ramp ultis and just you'll back to back and back MIG ultis here. But I'm using Red Lizhawk to do a test here. So wabam, there's the first attack. Okay, that's how much it does against a 2-star shield. And my stat values. Again, this will probably break the shield. All right. So we're gonna probably just start this up here. He's still got the bleed on him, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and use this ability here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop one of these to start ramping some other shit. Now Jericho, I wanted her to attack first so she can ramp her crits, of course. And if I kill this with mine, we're done here and moving on to the next phase. Again, we got no buffs right now, so this is like with exceedingly high stat values. I probably should attack my Jericho first so I get some crit stacks, but I forgot. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So again, a lot of things to worry about in Crimson Demon. All right, so this phase here, we're gonna start bleeding, and he's gonna get the bleeds up there too. 2 bleeds up there. I'm gonna go ahead and use my 2-star bleed here. I'm gonna use a shield for our team, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop another Jericho ability, and we've now ramped the ulti. Okay, well, bam. All right, there's another wham. And then he's gonna bond attack here to de-rank the boss a little bit. So if he's got any 2-star cards, now they're 1-star cards, which is really helpful. There's a bleed that stacks over his bleeds, and I got a shield coming up. Great. And Jericho starting to ramp. Okay. So my Jericho's got her ulti. Obviously, this boss has no crit resistance reduction, so this could suck. And now he's coming over. He hits 3 attacks. Wabam, wabam, wabam. So you can see it doesn't that much damage, but it can ramp very quickly. I have a lot of defense on my Merlin. If you see my Merlin showcase, she's got a lot of defense. And there it is on Jericho. This is how our Jericho is getting hit in comparison. Wabam, 3 crits in a row because I have a little crit defense on my Merlin, but none over here on Jericho. So, I mean, that's real tough. So now we got this right here. I'm not going to be using my ultimate here. He's using his ultimate here. I'm going to go ahead and start ramping my Lizhawk a little bit. I'm going to use this ability and this ability. And then I'm going to go ahead and use one of my Jericho attacks to start ramping. If I can somehow get this off, that'd be great, but he's got a Jericho ulti up. He probably should have waited for me to ramp my ulti, but again, mistakes are made in raids. Mistakes are made. You see this all the time. If he crits, great. If not, oh well. No crit, as you can see. No crit. We're not critting yet. Because now I have a Lizhawk ulti and I have a Jericho ulti. Remember, this guy has 650,000 HP. It is a very, very large HP pool. If you ever want to inspect the demons, by the way, if you want to see what they're at, you can always hold them down at this and you can just like see it says this much HP from max HP. This is the current HP. This is their max HP. This is their defense and attack. But here we go, we get the bond. This is the big thing for bond, why he's good here. This will lower attack and defense just like Nunchuck bond, and then he's got these 2 weakness cards here which can do crazy damage. This Nunchuck bond is going to be very valuable for third phase. As you can see, we got Merlin and Red Lizhawk as well as Jericho to bring the rest of the pain. So we're going to go in, wabam, wabam, and we'll go wabam. So hopefully we do enough damage to kill him. Now, Red Demon is also going to be very defensive on the second turn and start ramping his demons damage every single turn following that. Look at that with 160,000 damage there. Look how little we're chipping this boss. We are chipping this very, very slowly. And then we got Lizhawk coming in with about 4 or 5 turns without even being hit at all here. Wham, 390,000, just clutching it. So if all of you guys who are wondering, hey, is Lizhawk good? Yes, she's fucking good. Okay, so again, Lizhawk, I mean, incredible unit. If you actually don't get hit, you bring Merlin to cap some of this shit. Yes, she's really fucking good. Okay? She's really fucking good.
Alright guys, well my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, like and subscribe if you want to check out the, of course, previous video. It's going to be in the description below for the spend your gems in April 2020. Thank you guys for all the support. And if you did not catch it in the video, yes, you can buy it for 30 gems later. Cosmetic pieces from events come out later for 30 gems. I'm sorry about that, guys. I got asked that question about 17 fucking times in the comments and about 45 times on Twitch yesterday. Yes. I didn't actually count, obviously. I'm just like, it's, you know, it's an expression. Just tell. Again, like and subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a great rest of your day.